Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for The Family Business. I do a recap review of this show every year, and because of the current, you know, way that the world is going, they pushed back production, I'm guessing, and it ended up premiering late. Normally, they put all the episodes up the first week of July. And so this time, I think it was like in October or something like that, that they finally put everything up because I knew that it was coming out, but I was like, well, dang, when is it going to come out though? And then it finally aired. So I was like, okay, good. And it was so good when I did watch it. But anyway, I'm here to do what I normally do. And let's go ahead and get into it. So with this season, it started out with everybody still being on high alert because Brother X is still out there. But last time that it aired, it showed Charlotte's sister being approached by Brother X. And he is acting as if he is a delivery driver. Now, he has killed the delivery driver of the truck that he had a package so that he could disguise himself and get close to her and start killing people that are in the family. And so he was about to kill her when he realized that outside of the housekeeper that there was somebody else at the house. And so he was like, "Oh, well, oh, you're not Dolores." And she was like, "Do I look like a Dolores to you?" And then the man came out there and he was acting weird, and then he walked off. So anyway, like I said, everybody is on high alert because uh X is out there doing the most. Brother X is out there and he is trash. Y'all just cannot. Like he played this role a little bit too good for me. And we ain't gonna go there. I mean, if y'all want to go there in the comments, I'm not gonna do it because no. But he played this role a little bit too well, and he really got on my last nerve. So everybody is on high alert because they already know that he out here in these streets doing the most. And y'all know Nevada, who is the grandson to Charlotte, he received a birthday present from his cousin. And his cousin, she left and, she's one of the twins. And she was just like, oh, well, make sure you open this. But when you do open it, make sure that you're alone. Come to find out, it is a gun. Now, the family don't be wanting Nevada to get into all of this. And I'm like, why? He know all the ins and outs. Why not just train this child? He know how to do everything else. It is ridiculous as to how smart he is. It is ridiculous as to how smart this child is. And that gun is a little bit nice in life. But yeah, he has the gun. He needs to learn how to use it. And I'm just like, why y'all sitting up here acting like y'all don't know what it's hitting for? So the competition is trying to come up with ways to replicate heat. And he and his feelings, the people that he keeps bringing in, they are failing left and right. The people who they have coming in and are paying with basically trying their version of heat, they are dying or dying less, or the high is a type of high that is kind of like scary because it's like the heart rate be doing the most, or it's just something like, okay, this is a little bit too scary. They ain't dying no more, but this is just too much going on. And it's like, you doing the most. Like, don't nobody have time for this. These people really over here be about to halfway die. People have died. They've had test subjects, if you will, that have died because they have been trying this stuff out. And I mean, it is what it is. These people really having convulsions and foaming at the mouth and all of this. Like, so despite the fact that the drugs are working, that's the complication that's happening. And don't nobody have time for that. So anybody who's watched this show, y'all know how Junior and Orlando get into it, like a whole lot. And it's to the point where it's like when Orlando sees Junior coming, he tired of his spirit. I was about to say Professor. I always want to say Professor X. Y'all know, because of everything that's going on with Brother X, it's because of him and his affiliation to him because he's with this man's wife slash ex-wife. That this is even going on to begin with. So he done rolled up on the family, all the men, his nephew, his daddy, and Orlando. And he was like, look, I want to ask you a favor. And Sonya the girlfriend, she's there. And he looking at him like, man, I don't know if I can, give no more favors. Like, I'm about out of favors. You could tell Orlando tired of his spirit before he even say what he gonna say. But all he wanted to do was to ask him to be his best man. So, of course, he was happy to hear that. And I was like, about time. Because they be going through it. Don't nobody have time. This is some good news. Like, everybody is tired. It's too much going on. The wedding is set finally. And everybody's excited. They are doing 3 months from now. And she even asked uh, LC, who is essentially going to be her father-in-law, if he will walk her down the aisle. She pretty much don't have no family like that. And he said that he would be honored to do so. Child, there is a cousin that's on here who, he is fine. That man is fine. It don't make no sense. Is his name Curtis? I'm trying to just remember because I've seen this like months back. I think his name is Curtis. But anyway, he is fine as I don't know what. But they have brought him in as someone who, because he like is a bounty hunter. And so they brought him in because he is like the best of the best. And that whole family is like assassins. It's like, how, Sweat? The cousins, all the cousins pretty much, all the siblings, everybody is an assassin. All these people went to some kind of school and this is what they do. So he's really great at his job as well. So they've called him in to help. And he has located Brother X's sister. And he wants to know, has she seen him? She talking about some, no, I ain't seen him, whatever. And she lying. And we all know that because he has nowhere to go. They were trailing him to Alabama and he's not in Alabama anymore. And he is right there in New York. And it's just a mess. But it has gotten to the point where, she, see what it's hitting for because she want to know what's going on money-wise. So she done let this man in. So they talking and, he over here lying to her. So, well, he said that this was the address that I need to bring some money to that I owe him. And so that's when she opened the door. When you hear about money, this heifer finna open the door, but he fine though. So she looking at him like, what that, what do? What that mouth do? What that package do? She giving him all of those looks. And I'm just like, ma'am, like he is fine though. So I understand. So Orlando is in the process of, doing what he does. He is a sex machine. Now that's a sex addict. So he's in the middle of having sex with somebody, and the heifer who he ended up firing, she is very obsessive and doing the most. And so she done popped up on him because he will not answer phone calls, and he done had to set it off on her and was like, don't make me have to do what I need to do to get rid of you. And she was like, you've messed with the wrong woman. And I'm like, girl, bye, go somewhere and sit down. So the people who were looking for Consuela, they are, you remember that last season they got arrested because they was off looking for her because she has tracking in her jewelry. And then when they got to the burial site where she was supposed to be at, they don't know what's going on. And the lover is the other person that's with the woman that was tracking her. That is, I forgot if his name is Carlos. Y'all, it's so many different people in this show. If I remember any of these names, it is a miracle because I haven't seen it in months. But anyway, it's crazy because that man is Elsie Duncan's best friend. Like, they are everything to one another. And it's crazy. And they've been in business. They have each other's back. Even when they, like in moments like this, they are kind of like on, shaky ground because LC was kind of looking like, I ain't trying to get in the middle of what you and her got going on because that's my grandson's mama. But at the same time, like, you doing the most. Why you over here with her? But I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you who to love or whatever, right? So it's just a lot going on right now. And so he feels some type of way because it's like, you're supposed to be my best friend. Why you ain't helping me? So he went out there with Consuela's right-hand woman. I don't forgot her name. But anyway, they ain't got arrested and then they actually got released. So whoever their lawyer is, he got them off. And I'm just like, you were a great lawyer because they really just knew they were going to jail. Like, They were out somewhere completely far off in the distance, and then you're at a burial site. They looking like, oh, this look like might be some human remains up on the hill. Like they were supposed to be going down for life at this point because it was too suspicious. It was just too much going on. It's like, oh no, y'all doing too much. What y'all doing out here? And then it looked like it might be a burial site. Oh no, y'all going to jail. So Consuelo is still being held captive by her ex, Alejandro. Y'all know I live for him. I remember him from um several shows. The Mayans, before that, the prequel, which was Sons of Anarchy. I had to remember the initials in my head to remember the name of the show. But yeah, man, that man is an amazing. And I've seen him like for years, even before that. That man is an amazing actor. But yeah, Alejandro, he has her on some compound. I don't know if it's his compound or what, but he has her locked away and, trying to teach her a lesson because she was trying to take over his business. Just sat up there screwing everybody, got a whole lover and some more. Like, I mean, like, he wasn't the greatest man in the world, but this heifer did the most. She had a whole baby with somebody else, who y'all know is Nevada's daddy, who is, what, Vegas? Because y'all know the way everybody named. Somebody, the mama named Charlotte. Like, the only person who ain't got no name out the way that's named after a city or something is the daddy, because they, of course, are themselves. And they met and they got together. And anyway, so yeah, Charlotte, Paris, London, Nevada, Vegas, Orlando. Junior is the only one that's like the oddball out because I think he's named after his daddy. That's the only one. But everybody else, down to the grandchildren, if I'm not mistaken, all of them are named after cities. Like, it's like, come on now. So anyway, yeah. The competition are still trying to develop something exactly like Heat, because it's like, this is selling like hotcakes. I'm trying to get on it and they not trying to get on board with me, so I ain't here for it. These people don't understand how serious this man is. I think his name is Alexander, y'all. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, this man is tired of people. If you ain't gonna get the formula right, you gotta go. So throughout this series, he kills the people who don't get it right. I'm just gonna say that. Brother Elijah is in his feelings and he tired because he's with Sasha. Sasha is the cousin who y'all know from Sisters as Andy. Okay? KJ. And so he's just in his feelings because he knows he's out there and he's just tired. He's just over it because he's done the absolute most. And his brother, like a lot of his brothers were killed because of him, literally by his hand. Like, he was just like, I don't care. I'm going to kill whoever I got to kill to get to all of these Duncans, because I'm going to war, because this man is trying to be with my wife who don't want me no more. I cannot stand somebody who want to set it off over somebody who ain't here for them no more. I don't understand. Go somewhere and get your life together. You are a crazy fool. That man, when I say crazy, somebody please commit him. I'm sorry, a bullet is the only thing that will solve his crazy. A slug to the chest, maiming him to make sure that he has no mobility. If he's going to live, I'm sorry, that's the only thing that will solve the issue. I'm sorry, it just has to happen because he's one of those. Child, look at me, y'all. I really sat up here and was like trying to guzzle the last little bit of this tea and then wasted it on me. Being greedy, that's what I get. But anyway, y'all, excuse that. That'll probably dry by the end of this review or before I do the second one. But yeah, y'all, just greedy. Anyway, so Brother Elijah ended up having dinner with child. Why I can't think of her name in this moment. I looked right at her face. I just told y'all what the heifer's name was on here. Anyway, he met up with Sasha. And he was like, is this realistic? Because I like you. You obviously like me or whatever. Like, this man really loves her. Like, they had been through a whole lot together. This man risked it all. Brotherhood and all. Like, he grew up with these people. These people said, like, Elijah, he went through a moment where he had to say, you know what? What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. when he was essentially following behind brother X. He realized he was trash and he was doing the absolute most. And then he turned on him, had to, help him to realize that he was on his side, even though he wasn't, so that he could trick him and get Sasha out of there and all this, like, because he was doing the most. But anyway, they're in this moment and she's like, I don't understand. Like, what is there's no rocket science. There's no rocket science to this. Like, we like each other. I don't understand the problem. And it's like, girl, why are you trying to act like you don't know what it is? Like, you know what you like. Like, just down to the principle of it all. Like, you like meat and things like that. He don't eat meat. Like, like, I get it. But they are so cute together. He is fine. He is so fine. But anyway, like, they really, really care about each other, want to be together, and they're going to try to figure it out because the chemistry is just undeniable. Because, like, when she first got locked away last season, I was like, and then he's a virgin. He's a virgin, like, right now in this moment. He's still a virgin. So that's another thing. And she loves sex. It's like, woo, child, how you going to get through this, heifer? How are you going to get through this? Because normally she can have a nice little Rolodex full of men who she can go hop on at any time. But he's a virgin. He don't even know what to do with it. He don't even know what to do with it. And she fine. And I'm like, how did you not say, ma'am, I mean, I might be having a moment of weakness, but can we please, like, can you be gentle with me? Something. Because I know I wouldn't have been able to get through it. I know I would not be able to get through it. So Brother X is like tailing Donna. And Donna is the sister who Brother X was going to try to kill. That's Lisa Ray's character, right? And Charlotte's sister on here. So she's out and about, like, walking and exercising or whatever. And, like, he just watching her, trying to get her alone. Because, as I already said, he's trying to get close to, y'all was about to say, I don't know why I want to keep saying CJ. He's trying his best to get close to Junior. Because he's like, if I can get close to any of these Duncans, I'm going to start killing off any Duncan I see. I don't care till I get to him. Because he's with my wife. And it's like, boy, get somewhere and sit down. So anyway, while he's watching her, the police roll up. But he soon realizes that the police officer who rolled up is the boyfriend that Donna has. And so he's talking to her. And he's just like, oh my gosh, okay, it is what it is. Y'all, fast forward to Sasha. Sasha is having a one-on-one moment with the bride-to-be. And so she's like, I love spending time with you and all this other stuff. I have a question. Like, I just want to know how it is dating and being with a Muslim man. And so, like, she was like, let me guess, you're talking about Brother Elijah. So I'm pretty sure she's very familiar with Elijah because Elijah has been Brother X's right-hand man for quite some time. And so she's just like, look, you got to make sure that this is really, really what you want because it's not easy. And yeah, y'all, I done told y'all this before, but for some reason, my entire life, Muslim men live for me. I don't get it. I've never understood it. And I just know that I don't feel like that's something that is for me because, okay, let me put it like this. The ones that have approached me, most of them are not about having multiple wives. They are all about monogamy, but it's like the possessiveness that a lot of them tend to have. I ain't got time for it. Like, they be doing the absolute most. They be doing the absolute most sometimes. Now, all of them have been really, really sweet. All of them have been really, really sweet and all that, but I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that. Now, had I actually been with this guy who I went to school with, I want to tell y'all his name, so but if it had been him, like, he was not like the all the way traditional Muslim. So that would have been the ideal situation for me if I would have ever had that to be the situation. He and I used to talk all the time outside of school, and he was so dope. Like, his parents even knew of who I was. I actually even worked for, I can't say it because I'm going to give it away. Let me go somewhere and sit down. I probably gave it away, and anybody who's from back home, y'all already put the pieces together, but we ain't going to go there. So anyway, but yeah, but with him, that would have been the ideal Muslim man that I could tolerate being with. I would be able to be fine with that because he was not all the way like that. Like he was into it. He was definitely a Muslim man. And if I wanted to continue to eat meat or like any of the stuff that like Sasha might be dealing with, I wouldn't really have that big of an issue. And sex, it ain't that deep for me. It ain't that deep. Now it's awesome if somebody know what they're doing, but it ain't that deep to where I'm like her. Like she has issues. She was over here sleeping with her therapist that's supposed to be helping her get through a lot of stuff and was getting it in. I'm like, ma'am, you got to calm down. So anyway, moving right along. I don't know why I can't think of this man's name. But y'all know there was a show that Lisa Ray was on. Single Ladies. The guy who was playing the gay friend. I don't know why I can't think of this man's name. He looks like a crack addict on here. I just cannot. I'm gonna try to look him up real quick. But yeah, he always wants a whole lot of heat. He loves big shipments of heat. And he over here, Orlando can't stand him. He can smell that he's a rat from a mile away, but he can't put his finger on what it is. And he plays on no, I can't think of that man's name. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my life together because for whatever reason, when it comes to that particular twin's name, I can never think of his name. But yeah, Rio, is it Rio? Is it Rio? Anyway, the gay twin's name. Whichever gay twin that is, the gay twin. And he plays on his emotions because he knows he likes him. Whether he would really all the way go there with him like that, like, or whatever, he knows that that man likes him a whole lot and he rides for him. He has rode for him before. And so he be looking at him like, oh, can you give me a little extra? Can you give me a little extra on top of the shipment I already got? And he be having to sneak around and do stuff. I'm like, you know your own family will put you in the ground, sir. Why are you doing this for him? He ain't even your man. Like, why? Okay, I was right about the twins' name. His name is Rio, but I don't know why I couldn't think of Sebastian. Sebastian, that's that man's name. But anyway, he coming to them as usual, and Orlando feels like he a snake in the grass. Like, no matter what he try to offer them, it's like, bruh, get up out of here. And, you know, he always wants like a whole lot. And it's like, why though? Like, y'all know he always doing it for money. And Orlando ain't here for it. He's not here for it. Yeah, y'all. So Sebastian leaves disappointed because they looking at him like, we already gave you your shipment for the month. Why you coming back up in here? Despite the fact that you got all these suitcases and things full of money. Briefcases, excuse me. And so when Orlando kind of look at everybody like, nah, his dad is always like, well, you know, we'll take it up under consideration. And so everybody seemed like they would be on board. But since he was hesitant, he was like, we gonna think about it. So when he came outside with one of his hit ladies, because one of them was in the car, child, they look a mess at all times. But anyway, we ain't gonna get into that. He saw her first. So he was like, where baby at? And so she was like, she out in the car. So then Sebastian come out looking saltier than he normally looks. So he's like, how'd it go? He was like, you see, I still got my money. Everybody seemed like they were on board except your brother. You know, he's an a-hole. And so he was like, well, your father said he'd think about it. And so he was like, you know, one thing about my father, when he says he'll think about it, he really will do that. So he was like, well, you know, I ain't got time for this. Like, I got stuff to do. I got things going on. It's just too much going on. So then we see L.C. Duncan, his wife Charlotte, Junior, and his fiance all together just standing around the kitchen talking about the wedding and little things that they gonna go out. Because Sasha gonna go out on a date or whatever with the girlfriend / fiance. You know, I think they're gonna try to like double date or just go out for drinks or whatever. And so in the middle of the conversation, LC gets a phone call. And so his wife was like, what's wrong? And he was like, it's trouble. Child, come to find out, Curtis done rolled up on the mail delivery truck that Brother X stole. And while he's investigating, it's dark at night. He sees that it's a dead body in there because, of course, the dummy sat up there and killed him. Like, instead of just throwing him from the truck or leaving him naked so that he can just have his uniform on, he gotta kill somebody. Y'all know he has that big old, like, hunting knife that he loves to carry around and kill folks with. He is so extra. But anyway, So while he done crept up on that and he sees that, the police roll up. And so he has a shotgun in his hand. They have to tell him to put the shotgun down and tell them what he doing and turn around slowly. He turned around and he was like, it's not what it seems. I'm turning around and kind of trying to be like, look, don't shoot me because y'all know how it is out here in these streets. And then this is when he actually officially announces that he's a bounty hunter. His name is Curtis. I'm surprised I even remember that, but he fine. He fine, y'all. So I think that's what the phone call was about. And Elsie got to go and handle that. But that was the end of the episode. Hope y'all enjoyed the recap review of that. I love this show. Like, I can't wait to get all the way down to the end of it because it is very, very good, y'all, to actually do the recap reviews for it. I never thought I would get to it because I had so much stuff going on, y'all. Pretty much when everything started coming out about my mama, it was just too much, and I just put everything on the back burner. But I'm slowly but surely trying to come back up. But anyway, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's talk about this down in the comments.